You ever did a diss track?
Nah, I haven't done a diss track. I've never done a diss track. I've written, actually I've had like a battle, not a battle, but like you send the joint and I send the joint. I've done that before.
A word, like just internet. Going back and forth?
Yeah. But that's it.
What days was this? Like, how long ago was this?
This was like when I was 16, bro.
Yeah.
And so this is somebody I didn't even know. It was just like part of the internet. It was an internet forum. And so they had the battles and you had
the people vote? Let's who did?
Yeah, they vote.
Who, you lost that one? Why you feel like you lost? Why you feel like you lost?
Cause I didn't really come all the way with it. I was like, his name was Legend or whatever.
So he was obviously a legend.
You know, I was trying
Young Rome got legend.
You know, I kind of halfway did it. I was like, you know what? Only legend I see is the one on the map. That's all I had.
Yeah, that would go by. Bro, you could have been like, you just ordinary people like John Legend. Right.
This is why you should be rapping. This guy.
Nah. Wait a minute. Quickly before we get into the show though.
Yeah.
I've been curving my purpose like a teacher curving my grades. I'm in a daze, dividing fractions of faithfulness mixed with praise. Taking shots of a drug called love while unequipped to handle the hit. So I flick the needle and spit till any evil is split. Living above the clouds and understanding a purpose. Providing the perfect portions, perpetuating the purchase of my soul by my creator. A perfect God inside, keeping it alive.
And if I happen to offend my political connects, understand I have no time to be politically correct. I speak from the soul, so let my thoughts reflect the passion in my voice to be poetically correct.
Yeah.
And you watching Poetically Correct.
What up, though?
Poeticlee.
Rome to Carlo.
Yeah.
Rome like the city, DC like the city, ARLO. We out here.
Yeah, what's your handle? Sorry.
Man, that was it, bro. That was it. That was the whole handle.
Okay, bet.
Rome, at Rome, ROMEDCARLO, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Facebook page, romeshouse.com, the official website.
Romeshouse.com.
Yep.
That's where you can see all your stuff.
Everything, man. And we're about to get the SoundCloud link to the for this joint too, and the YouTube channel and all that. So shout out to
get that. And if you watch on YouTube, YouTube Poetically Correct, POETICALLY.
Yep.
Got a little off correct. Or on my website, poetically.com, POETICLEE.com. You know.
Do you ever mess up spelling it when you try to go through it that quick?
Nah.
Okay.
No, you know what's crazy though?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about Poetically correct, but then I'm always spelling Poetically.
Right.
So I had to stop. Okay, what am I spelling? So I had to get it right. I don't mess up. It's my name.
Word. Okay. There
it's
it
like,
is.
You know, it's just what it is. Like wet. WET.
Yeah.
Sharp. SHRP. SHRP.
I'm telling you, man, it's risky, man, because you be burning through it.
You know what? Don't jinx me. I'm not even gonna say no more. Cause I feel like it's gonna be something. I'm gonna be like POETIC, and I'm just forget one.
You can have a moment though. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes the crowd. I don't know if you noticed this, but sometimes the crowd will like. If you mess up, but they see you like work through it, they'll be more on your side than they would be if you just did it right.
I don't like that.
You don't like it?
No, man. Like it depends. Like sometimes, like when people like, "Come on, poet," you know that you got it. Sometimes, but I guess it depends. It depends because some situations people like. It's like I guess sometimes I'm like the person like just let me get it. Like I got it right. Let me get it. You know, so let me just get to that point.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people are doing it like, all right, now come on. Get through it. If you right, they are on your side. If you in a supportive area,
true. It depends.
Yeah, some areas you in, they like, all right now, get your ass on. It depends where area you in for real.
Yeah,
like
it depends how much money people pay to get in too.
Exactly. Like, yo, if I pay money like good money to come see you, you up there. All right, come on, bro.
Yeah,
I'm for real. Like, come on now.
Right.
I went to Jay-Z concert. Fuck, I'm always talking about Hov. But anyway, I went to a Jay-Z concert. He forgot a little bit of.
For real?
Yeah. But then he caught on. Like, he just, like, because you could tell because he paused a little bit. And he was thinking, like, and then he had to.
Is that for 444?
Nah, this was like 4 years ago.
Okay, so it's probably Magna Carta.
Yeah, it was Magna Carta.
Yeah.
So I'm about to go see that 444 tour. Though.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Word, man. You seen all the memes with the what's better than Jay-Z tickets? Credit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's one of those. He got so many songs, like so many hits. Mm-hmm. You don't realize, like, dang, he has that many hits.
Yeah, 20-year career, longer than that, actually.
It's like, when I think about poetry and spoken word, I'm like, man, that's why I know I had to work, like have that much catalog. But as a writer though, in my own head, I'm like, to remember all that. Yeah. I don't know how it was in when you first started trying to remember stuff, memorize your work. Yeah. But that was like one of the toughest things, like trying to sit down and say, okay, go through this line, dot, 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 dot. Okay, let me start back from the top. Dot, dot, dot. Ah, dang, I gotta start back from the top. You know what I'm saying? Like memorizing was like the toughest thing. Like now it's just, okay, I know the process.
Hell yeah.
Was that tough for you or?
Yeah, I would say so. And then I figured out kind of what works for me, and I realized, like, especially with the poetry side of things, like if I write it down as a rap first or memorize the rap, it'll stick with me, and I just take the beat away. And then sometimes I put whatever the beat is, like in the car, so when I'm driving to work, I can practice it.
That's true.
And then I just turn it off and I just do it a cappella. But it's hard. It's like really hard for me. And I probably shouldn't say it so hard because it's probably easier if I didn't say that. But like for me to just write an actual poem with no melody to it, that's just like actual.
That's easier.
That's hard.
Oh, I was about to say that. Yeah,
it's hard to do. Yeah, that. I can memorize a rap way quicker than I can memorize.
Because you have the cadence, the flow, the rhymes. Rhyming helps because you like dot dot dot.
You can kind of guess what parts you're in.
And then the melodies help you. Oh, okay, because it harmonizes into your head. Yeah, kind of like how we were talking about last time with like tunes and the beats and everything like that. Yeah, that's kind of like okay, I've been thinking about this like. There's science to like a hit, right? A hit song, and there's like science to like because I'm just practicing on different like flows and different cadences when I'm performing, like when I'm writing stuff now, because I don't want to have that same. And so it was a dark night, and then the wind blew. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like that same old like have like switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when you be spitting, you do it like fast, and then you like. Bring it down. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, like to really catch the person's. It's like you taking them through like a roller coaster. And so I was thinking like even like for Cardi B, right? Yeah. Even though this is like we talk about poetry, but we're gonna talk about like just music in general, like art. We're gonna talk about art. Yeah. People say, okay, they talking about hip hop, but we're gonna talk about poetry. But we talking about art and all together, right? Yeah. It's just like if you look at a paint, like that painting right there, it's about detail. You know what makes it tight is because like you see the detail of how he painted the brick and how he put the. And so like I look at Cardi B and like with that song that she has, right? Yeah, it's a science to that. Yeah, it's not just she went and recorded something hot. I'm listening to it like. The parts of it, like the parts that I was listening, like breaking down, not even listen to the words. Yeah. I mean words a little bit, but like if you listen to like how the different ways it switches up, like honestly, like if you listen like every couple, I want to say how many bars, like I forgot, but like if you listen to every couple like bars, it switches, right? And then she just starts going in, and then it switches. Then you know what I'm saying? And then behind it is that little tune of the beat, that little. How did that joint go? But you know, like that. That's mesmerizing right there. That joint get like, and what's dope about it is she doesn't even pay that little any mind. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when you hear an artist on the track, they try to kind of like flow with the little harmonizing tune. Right. Yeah. She don't even pay it any mind really. So it's kind of like I was just been looking like at the science of it, and then how that is, and then how it's just. Her voice, like the confidence in it. Because as a performer, I look at things like this to see what grabs people. You know what I'm saying? And also like what grabs me into something. And so I'm looking like, okay, switching it up like that. Every's down with such a thing, and then like the harmony into it, and then just putting that vibe into other people's. It's kind of like it's almost like I don't want to say a battle cry. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like uplifting. Absolutely, in a sense. Yeah. Because people feel like, when people in the club, like, I do got these bloody shoes. Yeah. Because when you dip, I dip, we dip. You know
That's what it should do, bro. Like everybody gets confident. Everybody, My homeboy used to say the difference between Kendrick and Drake was that back in the day, he'd be like Kendrick, or like even with Nas and Jay, they'd be like, oh Nas, he's nice. But when I listen to Jay, it made me feel like, dang, I'm nice. Like that's the effect they have. So when people say stuff that you be like, yeah, like it make you feel like you. Yeah. And that's the difference, you know what I'm saying? You be like, oh yeah, Nas be spitting, or oh yeah, Kendrick be spitting, but it's different. Like Drake say some stuff, or Jay, or even like you talking about with that song, and it make you feel like, dang man, I'm the shit, and that's a different feeling.
That's a you know what's crazy though? That's the same way I think about when I listen to Pac, because he makes you feel like we in this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like he makes you feel like he doesn't really like. A lot of artists will say I. And things like that, or I about me, and he does that a little bit, but he puts it like a we thing, like we, you know, I can't think of the lyric now, but to actually like bring it back into it, but like he'll say something and you may like, dang, we right there with you, you know what I'm saying? Like he brings the whole community into it. Yeah, think about songs like even like Keep Your Head Up, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that, like it's just a unifying voice to it. And so I think when you do something like that, shoot,
it's special.
Yeah,
it's real special. That's powerful. Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
And a lot of people root for Cardi B too, man. I mean, I root for her. I think I like her as a person.
Yeah.
Sometimes some stuff like it's a little industry-ish, you know what I mean? So I don't get into that stuff. I don't know if her and Offset is a real relationship. I feel like that's just, you know, an industry.
Feel like it's made up?
Yeah, it's an industry little plant or whatever.
But you know the crazy part about it?
What?
So like when you look on it like things on a grand level scale, it's kind of like it helps though, right? You know, it helps. I believe that I feel like Drake and Rihanna, had they stayed together, I feel like they both would have been on another stratosphere.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Bar is just like, now one could talk about what you in it for, but I mean we both know what they in it for. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at like the celebrity behind it, if you're looking like brand image behind it and all things like that, you got a couple, like a power couple with quotations around it, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it brings that whole package of what they bring to the table as far as what they represent, what people like. It's all about the allure, right? Yeah. So as a culture right now, a society rather, not culture, but as a society, we allure things, the desire of what we perceive to be amazing. So we perceive it to be so just glorious, then like people gonna go for it. And if people gonna go for it, then brands are gonna go behind it. Brands going behind, that's money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Not only just money in your pocket, but that's a whole, like you got a whole army now. That's like obviously the two I'm not even gonna name, but you know the two that you obviously think in hip hop and R&B. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like at one point I was thinking like, that was a good setup for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is what it, but obviously, you know what I'm saying, that's love, that's real right there. But I mean, if you just look at it like, it could be a plan, it could be real. But at the end of the day, if you try, depending on what you want, like I always say, what you want out of it is gonna help you.
Yeah. Fair enough. I just feel like if it was real, it would look a certain way. Things, I feel like real, you see real and you know it's real.
What would it look like?
It would look like, if you ain't noticed this, like every time you see celebrity relationship pictures, it's always like a lack of connection between the two people. I know you know what I'm talking about. It'll be just them standing there or like
looking awkward.
Yeah, looking awkward. Like every time. Like it's never like any actual connection there. And that always was weird to me. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel like that way about all of them. When Big Sean was dating Ariana Grande, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff is just like
but it's kinda but it's cool too. It's cool. Like if you and Bae are like the top two stars, and then y'all like on the scene, you know what I'm saying, you gonna try to put on the look or whatnot. I feel that. I'm low key, so I wouldn't. I feel it's just like all that type of lights and stuff is just awkward to me anyway. Yeah. Like cause I just like to.
I'll give you another example. Nas and Nicki Minaj. Okay, I don't trust it.
That shit look fake.
I don't trust it, bro. I do not trust it.
Yo, that joke got me so. Yo, what the hell?
I don't know what's going on, bro. Nas. I think Nas got an album coming out. Nicki Minaj is trying to like.
Nicki trying to get hot though.
She trying to get hot.
In the rap world, she's trying to get hot. Yeah. I don't know why she feel pressure. I really don't. Like on some realness, I feel like she just if she stay true to who she is, then she good. Yeah. I don't know why she feel pressure. She obviously feel pressure because she been trying to come out with songs. They ain't been sticking. But Nas, like, I have a contradictory with Nas anyway.
What's that?
Like, he talks all that good, you know what I'm saying, about power and everything. He talks like, I don't know, sometimes you think he talks like, you know, he a 5%er. Then sometimes he talks like, you know, I guess in one sense, I could see one part of his career where the industry really got him, and the money and the fame took him one way. But I was thinking in my head, he would have gone back. It's like sometimes he talks about the empowerment of everything. Not saying he not, but then just some things look a little off. Yeah, like the whole. And I don't know neither one. I don't know Nicki or either one of them. This is just speculation. Yeah, but it just seemed like. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been noticing stuff just from outside, looking at what he be doing. It's like every time he posts an Instagram video, it's Hennessy. You know what I mean? So it's promoting the brand. And, you know, his joint with Nas' album done on the DJ Khaled album, he kept shouting out the Bevel Blade. Isn't he sponsored by Bevel?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like...
But shout out to... That is like... We're not getting paid for that. But that's dope, though, because that's a black-owned Tristan Walker.
Bevel is black-owned?
Yeah.
Oh, Nas, bro. Keep shouting
So that was dope. Yeah, that is
Keep
dope.
supporting the business. I did not know that, bro. I need, like, a list of, like, black-owned businesses. I need to Google that.
I forgot. It's somewhere in here. But there's a black directory.
Wow.
That shows you like all types of businesses, everything. And because that's what I always say though, we always talk about us supporting each other, but how we gonna know to support each other if we don't know we out here? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like how we gonna find each other?
That's true. I wanted to do like a directory for like, you know, the poetry scene and the events and stuff like that. I'm sure there's already like something like
cooking up though.
Huh?
Yeah, you got something cooking up.
We do got something cooking up.
No, I mean like you and what you got like on your
like an event.
What's the forum?
Yeah, oh yeah, we got a forum coming up. We got an event November 9th. It's going to be a event all about unity of the art scene really in the city. So we're combining different forms of art. So it's like a community art showcase, but it's different styles of art. So dance, singing, poetry, rapping. Live music. There's going to be community empowerment aspects to it, and the vendors as well. So local businesses, and we're going to bring them all into this one space, and we're just going to vibe and have a good time.
Word.
Yeah.
Is this something y'all going to do continually?
Yeah. So we still ironing out, you know, the frequency of it all. But the first event's going to be November 9th, and it's going to be fire. So y'all get ready. We actually still line things up, so it's going to be real.
Yeah. That's fresh.
Yeah.
But see, that's dope like that, creating like that center.
Yeah.
You know, we was talking about that once before, like creating that atmosphere in that place where art can be, like dope art can be developed and created.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely. The space is so important. Like, I've been to events, shout out to Word Society, shout out to Vibe Function and everything going on in Winston-Salem. I've been to events where it's just the people in the room create it don't got to be no crazy strobe lights.
People,
It don't got to be no crazy venue, whatever. I've been to stuff in community centers, and it's just a freaking room that looks like some elementary school classroom or something. Yeah. But the people in it make the energy a certain way, and it fills the room up. You can feel it, and it's like you know the energy is in the room when you performing, and you feel like you're getting filled up. Because we've all performed in rooms where we didn't get the energy back and we felt drained afterwards. And it sucks feeling drained. But when you get off stage and you feel filled up and everybody else fills up, that's a great feeling, man. Like that's how you know vibes and stuff are real. So
you move off vibes.
Yeah,
like
we all move off vibes.
Yeah, we all do. But
you know how like it's so crazy. It could be like, say if you know you need to call your grandma, right? And like if you feeling drained a certain way, you might not pick up the phone and call unless that person is what you're looking for to get. Like I guess it depends on the relationship you have. So let me stop.
No, not true.
So say it's like whatever family member that you need to be talking to more often or whatever like that. But you know you got to put some energy forward to do that.
Yeah.
You might not do that until you're in that space where you feel filled up. For me, for an example, if I go for a walk, or if I'm chilling outside in the sun, or if I'm meditating, I feel filled up afterwards. It's like, dang, man, let me call let me check in with my uncle, see how you doing. Now I feel the energy to do that. Yeah. But if it's after a long day, you know what I mean, or something like that, I might call my girl before I call my uncle or something like that, just because.
That's real though. No, that's real. Like what you said, because I think about family members like that. Like, I need to hit so and so up, but I just feel more. I feel like I get more life out of talking to such and such.
Yeah, right.
You know, like. That's crazy how we look at things like that. Maybe we create that own energy ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we think, oh, I need to talk to so and so. I know I need to talk to, you know, like I need to talk to my grandma, but I feel better if I talk to my girl. Maybe we should just put through and just because we never know what may come out of that conversation.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like we already creating these thoughts of I'll feel better if I do this rather than if I. It's kind of like how Like some days I feel like working out,
Uh-huh.
and then some days you feel like just like taking a nap. Like, oh man, I just take this nap, I feel much better, energized. But you don't know, you may go into that workout and really feel revitalized and really feel like, okay, dang, I'm glad, because I've had days like that.
Absolutely.
Where I feel like, so you never. I guess it's tricky because you never know what can come out of it.
Yeah.
So I guess we should do it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
because
true.
if we hold back and to say we'll put it off, you know how that goes.
Yep.
You put it off, and then you never know what could happen next.
That's true. That's very true. My homeboy, not my homeboy, well, my coworker who I'm cool with, he said one of his favorite quotes that he realized recently was a quote. He said, "If you waited to the last minute to do it, then it's something that you could have did in a minute. So you should go ahead and do it now, because it's not going to take long. Anything you can do in the last minute, you could do right now, and it probably be done quick. If you can do anything in the last minute, that means it wasn't that.
That's real.
You know what I mean? It wasn't that time consuming. You just didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
I haven't read the quote, but I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it does it does make you think, okay, and like I was thinking today, I was like, man, I remember some days where you just chill back and, you know, watch Netflix all day.
Yeah.
But it's like you create that time for what you want. And like we talking about vibes and creating vibes, and, you know, like even performing, you talking about how the room creates that vibe and energy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the room can feel a certain way, but you can still bring that energy to it.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, but you gotta have it with you though. Like you can't come in there drained and then be in a drained room. It's just gonna be a bunch of drained people trying to. But if you coming in like if it's your passion, and obviously if it's your passion, you're gonna feel fire for it. So you're gonna go in there, you can be like, da 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 da, and people could leave out of there. They could come in feeling like, dang man, long week, long this, blah blah blah. I'm tired, my girl tripping, and they could come out of there feeling like, dang, I feel great. Yeah, you know, and that's what ultimately I feel like what we want. As artists, is we want people to come in, hear us, feel empowered or fulfilled, and go out in their life and do whatever they do.
But that's what the people want to come.
Mm-hmm.
They want to feel that juice. They want you to come and get that juice to them, so they can feel that, you know.
They don't want to pass it back like that necessarily.
Well, they do, but it's what can you provide for me, society, or day that we in. So what can you give me, and then maybe I can give you something back. Not saying everybody's like that. But some people gonna root for you regardless. Yeah. But then, you know, some people like, you gotta make me feel like you gotta give me something. And then okay, I'm gonna smile, I'm gonna nod my head. Then okay, I'm gonna start clapping. Then okay, then I'm gonna start shouting. I'm gonna stand up for you. It's a building process. It's like it's like building a relationship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just come like now when people. I don't think people still pass out mixtapes anymore. But like a couple years ago, people pass out mixtapes. I'd be like, spit a bar for me, like spit some bars for me. I'm not just take your mixtape. And just you tell me, oh, it's fire. I mean, I don't know it's fire, man. It could be trash. Spit some bars for me, like give me something. And then I can know, okay, I'm with it. You know, so
that's real. That happened to me at work. I used to work at Harris Teeter. Yeah. And the girl who was working the self-checkout desk, I was on the first register. She was on self-checkout desk, so they're right next to each other. I was trying to tell her to come out to some event or whatever, and she was like, "Yo, you gotta spit something." So we at work. And here's I'm trying to make sure the manager ain't around and nobody's coming through the line. I get close, I just start rapping to her. I start spitting, and she's like, "Okay." And then so she was like, you know, she was down with it from that point. But it's like people like that is dope when they make a decision on if they're going to support you or not. Because once they decide they're going to support you, they really support you.
And the person that challenged you like that, gonna end up being one of your your main fans. You know what I'm saying? Because that happened to me too. Thing about me is I be in two different worlds. Like if I'm at work, that's where my mind is. And so now I gotta, let me get the lines ready in my head. You know, but. That's real though, because people want to know if you really about it. I feel like people that really that care about the art, they want to know if okay, you nice or are you just talking out the side of your neck. Yeah. So you gotta always be ready. That's what my mama say. Keep one on you.
That's what your mama say?
Yeah, keep what?
Your mama's a real one, bro.
What?
That's what's up.
At least one. It don't matter what that one is about. Just keep that one, that fire emoji. Keep that fire emoji
keep on you.
Yeah, because even if it's fire, have that passion, craft that one with passion and so much heat that anybody, it don't matter what it's about love, it's about racism, if it's about it could be about something. Whatever you like, but if you put passion in it and it's done creatively and done well, the other person be like, I may not agree, but
Yeah.
he went in on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That's dope.
and for somebody to not even or even agree with you putting out, and they still say, okay, I support that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's people like that all the time we got. You know, it's people that we say, like how you were saying, like you really ain't with like the whole Cardi thing. You're not really like a fan of maybe what she portraying and everything like that. But you gotta support it though. At the end of the day.
No, I'm a fan of who she is, and like this that first song I heard, Bodak was the only song I ever heard by Cardi B. So let me just go ahead and put that out there. But like, I like her personality and stuff like that.
She had somebody to really craft that one for her. Yeah, if you would have heard earlier songs,
it was really bad.
Anyway, but I mean, I feel like you got to keep that.
Yeah.
What was that one for you that you keep on you? What's that one that you keep that's locked and loaded?
Probably the joint got called Lynch Mob. So it's probably one of the first. It's probably the first joint I performed like that acapella, and like so that's always the one I go back to. And I like the way it flows and everything like that, and kind of it's versatile. I feel like I talk about a lot of different things in it, so that's the one I keep in the chamber. You know, I'm always ready to jump out with that one.
Here's a noose.
You know what I'm saying?
Throw it, wrap around it. When you wrote that, cause you even acted out.
Yeah.
Here's this noose. I'm gonna throw it around this tree, and make sure it don't come loose.
Yeah.
What was it like? What were you? What did something piss you off to like write that poem?
Nah, man. I was just working on a mixtape. Shout out to mixtapes back in the day.
Yeah,
like 5 years ago or something like that. And I had the beat on, and that was just the hook for the song. I don't know why. I don't even remember. I feel like it was. I mean, I wrote that during Black History Month, so obviously my mind was in that space, and I was just talking about whatever came to me. Like I wasn't even all that really thought out. It just kind of came, and that's what it was. And then the acting it out part, I feel like I had to do it because when I was performing, I was like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen like when rappers spit their joints a cappella at like a poetry joint, and they do the hook as well. Yeah. Sometimes it sounds real repetitive. Like it's like, bro, get back to the next verse. You know what I mean? Exactly. So like I was like, okay, so how can I get through the hook and still make it purposeful? So I was like, okay, let me act it out, and then so when I act it out, it adds a new value to it. So it's not just me up there saying the hook part. You know what I mean? So that's how that happened.
I feel you. What's the first line of that poem again?
It's the beginning, so here's the topic of interest.
Yeah.
Master met a chocolate black woman to make his mistress.
And that was you just coming off the theme of Black History Month.
Yeah.
Was it a lot of thought into that line? Like obviously it was a lot of thought, but was it just you writing, or was there some backstory to that line?
Well, I guess just who I am. I mean, I didn't think about it too hard, but just being somebody who is obviously like my grandfather on my mother's side was white. Okay. So, just growing up knowing that and seeing my mom's side of the family is all like, light skinned and that kind of thing. So where I started it, I guess in my mind is where the first line is, Master met a chocolate black woman to make his mistress. Now mulatto women raising his children and scraping dishes, and we recycle this message that melanin makes us different. So I started off talking about shades of melanin because I guess that's my introduction to the conversation.
And that's true because we do like recycle this message that melanin makes us different. Yeah. Do you feel like?
But melanin, it does make us different though.
So speak on it.
So this is something I've learned since then. It's like definitely I'm all about like the differences and like who we are and how our skin and our hair and everything reflects it. I posted on Instagram the other day. It's interesting to me that black people's hair is the only hair that grows upwards, like towards the sun. Everybody else's hair, when it grows down. And of course, when you get long enough, gravity gonna get it and pull it down. But I was like, our hair literally, look how your hair comes up. It literally defies gravity. You know what I'm saying? And our skin absorbs the sun. You know what I mean? We can spend time in the sun and absorb it. Other people can't necessarily absorb the sun. It'll make their skin like, like start hurting or peel or whatever. And so I just think it's real interesting, like how we are and how we're different. And I just want to live like, I'm at this point now, I just want to live like, I was like, dang, man, we really come from a tropical place, like warm weather place. I ain't trying to live up north ever. Like, fuck that.
You just trying to stay warm.
I'm trying to stay warm, man.
I mean, but it makes you feel different. But even like going to like the whole skin thing, but see that right there, and I'm glad you could say that without even feeling like you got to hold back. Yeah. Because there's nothing wrong with that though. I think that's the whole thing about where we at now. Where we're at is like, I feel like low key, I wish there was some kind of book we could really like point things out to.
Yeah.
And I feel like there is one out there. We're gonna get to it. Like these are us putting our thoughts out there, right?
Right.
So I think like dialogue like this is good because I feel like that's how racism kind of kicked off.
Yeah.
People like you seen what we could do, some things of what our nature, as far as our character, and things that are in our, just our system and our DNA, how we move. It's like, dang, they got that.
Yeah,
they can do that.
Yeah, and if you look at colonialism and colonization, like in a lot of these places, especially like more so in Africa and like America and stuff like that, they showed up at these places and they were treated well. They were treated nicely. Like, oh snap. Oh, I ain't seen people like y'all before. Well, welcome. I mean, we got plenty. We got plenty to share. And then, you know what I'm saying? So they're the ones that pulled the jack move, so to speak. You know what I mean? And like, it's like, and then they institutionalize things to make you believe, or they pitched it in a way to kind of create this inferiority, superiority thing that was not there. And I feel like you would only create that if you already had like some type of inferiority complex. Like, because why would you put certain things in place? Like, if black people are not smart and we're not educated, why would you say reading is illegal? Because it's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the wild thing right now, and I cut you off because I got to cut you off right there, the reading part. Yeah. Because we have, can you believe 2017, we have school systems creating textbooks that were saying that slaves were workers.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna put it specifically in the notes so people can see this. And if you want to call that school system out, you can call them out. But yeah, you got 2017 people in schools like. Maybe not school. Well, schools is obviously issuing the textbooks, but you have companies creating textbooks saying that slaves were just workers. Do you know what a worker is? Yeah, they were working, but they were that was forced work. Involuntary work.
Involuntary labor. It wasn't even indentured servitude. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you're gonna work for a couple of years and then you're gonna be free. Nah. It's like, nah. Like, if you have kids, they born into this too. You're born into this. If you try to run away, we like cut your whatever. You know what I mean? People get killed for running away and stuff like that.
And speaking their voice.
Yeah. So it's crazy to think about. It's not, well, it's really evil is what it is.
It's evil, but now look at us. Now we can talk about these issues. I guess it's kind of funny because whenever you go to like a spoken word event or any kind of artistic event and there's performers, and it's like, I always wonder, like, if I was a white person, or, so I put quotation around white now, white and black, because, that's creative. But if I was a person of non-melanin color, and I'm at that event and I hear all this, how black people, how we talk about our culture, we talk about how, what you've done to us and things like that. Like, do I feel like, here we go again? Or are they actually soaking up the message and understanding that, you got to take this because for 200 some years plus, we couldn't even speak our voice.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel you on that. I feel you on all that. And like, shout out to all our friends, our quote unquote white friends, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the cats that be out at the poetry events and they hear what we're talking about and they at least like try to like hear what's being said and like definitely understand where we're coming from with it. So there's definitely the homies that do that and that kind of thing. I would definitely appreciate those people. But like you said, the cultural aspects and those things, like those are things we're talking about. So it's not even really about, when we're talking about those things, it's not about the individual white people. You know what I mean?
You don't want to admit. Which
but it's more so about the culture and how it is affecting them. Because there's individuals like I see white people do dope stuff. I was at work this one time and we were learning how to use Excel, right? You know what I'm saying? I didn't have my laptop with me, so this lady next to me was like, you can use mine, blah blah, help me out, blah blah. So stuff like that is cool, right? Yeah. But then there's the overarching stuff that everything is rooted on, that people who are doing evil things in certain positions that we're talking about. And I feel like when white people hear us talking about those things, sometimes they feel like, and maybe they need to feel like that. Maybe that's actually good. Maybe it should be good because they're thinking like from their perspective, but they're not understanding we're talking for people who never got to voice their opinions. And even now, if they have that reaction to it from what you're saying, actually they probably need to hear it more than anybody.
You gotta hear it.
Yeah.
And for another thing too is I feel like you need to have that uncomfortable feeling. Like I feel like you need to jump back and say, wait a minute, what you mean? Because if you don't create that, and then either two things going on. Somebody already get it, boom, or the other person they just don't. If they don't jump back, then you're not really throwing that message out there for them to hit them.
Yeah.
It should be able to hit them. I feel like honestly anybody, black or white,
Yeah.
whatever you're saying, if it's the truth about whatever, because on both ends, on one end if you black, it should hit you like, damn. We are really powerful, or we really have come through some times, and wow, that was a moment right there. And if you on the other end of the spectrum, it should hit you like, damn, I got a twisted history,